Okay, so what we're going to talk about next, we'll talk about a house brick. The Hanoi Hilton was an infamous prison in North Vietnam where they housed American POWs. The treatment was indescribable, inhumane, torture was commonplace, physical violence was commonplace. It just was a house of horrors, there's no other way of describing it. They were trying to demolish a great chunk of the Hanoi Hilton. You know, one of the big things about history is, oh well, we eradicate the physical traces, we eradicate history. No, it doesn't quite work like that, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, in our case. But anyway, back then, they were trying to destroy the prison. One of the first officers that went over on a POW MIA accounting mission, they took him by there, and he snagged that brick, and he hid it in a briefcase, and smuggled it back to the United States. And so that is a tangible link to people like Leo Thorsness, and all those other great men that suffered so much. You can look at a brick, and that brick can elicit that response. You think of those guys and the courage they displayed was, I don't know how they did it. In the face of such physical torture and deprivation, and they just shone. I've never understood that. It's like the guys that went over the trenches in the First World War. The first wave went over and they were mowed down. By that time the second wave had seen it, but they was waiting on the parapets, and they would go. And then the third, and then the fourth. And you always question whether you would find that courage when the moment demanded it. And that happens a lot to me, because I had the privilege of spending so much time around them, and thankfully, thoughtfully, it never happened to me. I never had to make those decisions. Those guys did.